Alright, so now that we've looked at your verbs, we've looked at your tenses, the next step is to look at your transitions. Alright, there should be 2 transitions in every paragraph. There needs to be a transition to your new topic, and there needs to be a transition to the second text. So, for example, your first body paragraph is probably not going to start with a transition because you don't have to transition from anything. But between talking about the Odyssey and talking about To Kill a Mockingbird, whichever way you do it, you need to have some signal that you're switching texts. So I'm talking about Odysseus all the way through here, and then my transition is, like Odysseus, Atticus relies on his intelligence, especially in tricky situations. Okay, I have a whole sentence that's moving from one book to the other. When you find that transition, I want you to turn it bold. Okay? So you should have one of those in every paragraph. And my transition phrase here is like Odysseus, right? That's my key. That's the thing that ties the first part of my paragraph to the second part. My second paragraph, let's look and see if I have one. Okay. So I'm talking about the family. When I say throughout all of his obstacles, Odysseus keeps his family in mind. Atticus, too, is focused on his family, but instead of reaching them physically, his goal is to build a better world for his children's sake. That is my transition, because I've got the word to, so that's like similarly, and I'm referencing reaching them physically, which I just talked about. Okay, so that's my link to the first half of the paragraph, and then this moves on to the second half of the paragraph. And then same thing in my third body paragraph. I talk about Odysseus for one sentence, so I'm noticing I would probably need more black right there. I'll need to move on, add another piece of analysis, but my transition is, Atticus does not find as much success with his own goal of proving Tom Robinson's innocent and combating the racism in his hometown. So that's my transition, because I have does not find as much success as Odysseus. I could even add to make that, I could even add his name to make it more obvious if I needed to. Alright, but you need to have that transition sentence in the middle that's connecting your two parts of the paragraph. So it should be between your two quotes. And then obviously the other transition will be in your topic sentence of your second two paragraphs. So in this one I have another way as my transition phrase. And then I have finally. Okay, there's lots of transition phrases you can use. Eventually you're going to want to get away with like firstly, secondly, lastly, but as long as you have something, I will take it for a first semester freshman. So please make sure that you double check those and put in bold your transitions. So again, you should have one in the middle of each paragraph, and then for your second and third body paragraphs, you should have some sort of transitional phrase as well.